Welcome back to Frequency Medicine, the podcast for intuitive women, energy healers, and soul led seekers who are ready to come home to their bodies, regulate their nervous systems, and fully activate their sacred gifts. I'm your host, Fiona Waddell, transformational energy healer, medical intuitive, and guide for the woman who's ready to reclaim her body as a portal for healing, clarity, and wild remembrance. Each week, we explore the intersection of science, spirit, and the sacred so you can rise in your power, embody your frequency, and expand into your purpose. So let's make sure to like, subscribe, and comment because that's how this medicine gets into more hearts, more homes, and more timelines. Take a breath, get comfy, and let's drop in. So I'd like to start off as a PSA. There's a gallbladder epidemic, and it's time we talk about it. We need to talk because there's a raging pandemic, not the kind you hear about on the news, but the kind I see in sessions, in readings, all over, in DMs and in bathroom mirrors across the world. A silent epidemic of gallbladder issues in women. From relentless yo-yo dieting to generational people-pleasing to rage that's been stuffed down with wine, journaling, and fake forgiveness. We're inflamed. We're exhausted. We're done pretending we're fine. If your friend has ever said, I have a gallbladder issue, and it's like no big deal, this episode might help her. Because we're diving in. What your liver gallbladder is really up to do and what it's here to do. The emotional frequency of anger and action. And why so many intuitive women are struggling with hormonal chaos, digestive issues, and headaches. Like, frankly, if I hear another joke about a woman with IBS, I'm going to freak out. So let's dial it in and come on the journey. So let's anchor this into energy, the energetic system. In traditional Chinese medicine, your liver and gallbladder belong to the wood element. Wood is about growth, movement, direction, and expansion, like trees stretching towards the sun. The liver is your long-term vision, your clarity, your internal GPS. The gallbladder is your decisive action, your yes-no switch, your energetic sword. So already, if you're a woman in today's society, you can already like sense the pings going off like, oh geez. When these are balanced, you feel clear, aligned, forward moving, energized, and courageous. But when they're stagnant or suppressed or sluggish, as everyone likes to say, you feel stuck. You second guess everything. You bottle your rage up until it explodes, usually at the wrong time or far too much at once, or it just eats away at the inside of you. You feel like you're watching your life instead of living it. Now just take a moment here. Like, how many women have we heard? How many times have we said that ourselves? And it goes back to the liver and the gallbladder. So here's a little bit about me, a little bit of something personal that happened to me a few years ago, of an example of pent-up anger that I did not process. So years ago, I was working nonstop in the fitness industry. I had been in a car accident a few years earlier. And my neck, it would occasionally lock up, making it excruciating to sit, stand, or even turn my head. Sometimes it would cause me to curl right over. I just couldn't set it. And this day, I could barely move, and I was at work. So I decided to pop out for an hour to the chiropractor instead of going to the ER for hours. I could do it on a break. I moved my schedule around and I had lunch late that day to match my chiropractic appointment. I made the call, took the break, and when I came back, I was reprimanded. I was genuine. I kid you not. I was reprimanded at not take because I took my break at 4 o'clock as opposed to the typical lunch at 12 o'clock. Now I was the manager of the facility. I make my own schedule. I literally send my schedule into my supervisor every day. Mm. And I got reprimanded for taking care of myself. I accepted it. It was a phone call. I hung up. I sat at my desk and I cried quietly because I didn't want anyone to think I was being dramatic. Plus, I had a window in my office to the rest of the health club. But inside, I was broken and I was raging, not just at them, but at me, because I knew I had abandoned myself for approval again. And here's the truth, I didn't start healing that day. I shoved it down, smiled through it, and continued to work harder and just accepted that I was the one at fault. It's my fault I still have this car accident problem. I'm the one to blame, even though I chose to take this quick break. I should have just suffered through the pain and stayed at work for another 4 hours and then gone home and then wait another day and then go on my day off on a Saturday where I'll probably still get called in to work to book the chiropractic appointment. Somehow I rationalize that yeah, you know what? Mm, I should have known better. And a few years later from this, from repeated patterns and events like that, I had to have my gallbladder removed. And it was an emergency situation. This isn't just a story, it's a warning. Your body remembers the rage you suppress, and eventually it makes you listen. When you push down your anger, you're actually pushing down your life force. I wish I had known that all the way back then, or else I would have let it go. Energetically, liver is equivalent to planning, clarity, and purpose. And your gallbladder is equivalent to boundaries, action, and decisions. Biologically, your liver is the detox, hormone balancing, metabolism organ. And your gallbladder supports the liver, doing bile production, fat digestion, and gut communication. So if we're not taking care of boundaries and we're not making plans and using our voice, we're impacting our ability to detox and we're making ourselves toxic. Now, emotionally, it's connected to suppressed anger, which really boils down to resentment, passive aggression. It can show up as autoimmune flares, gallstones, migraines, insomnia. I can check off all of these problems until I got into this world. I had all of it. They couldn't diagnose me with an autoimmune. They couldn't figure out what I had, but they kept saying, it's just like a flare up. And spiritually, anger is your fire, your power, your boundary guardian. So if you're swallowing it, you're swallowing your ability to choose yourself. So essentially, we're walking around feeling powerlessness. We're people pleasing. We're trying to keep everyone calm while we mask with a smile on our face. So, how do you know if you're out of balance? Besides all the other things I just mentioned there, what are some more obvious signs that we can like paint on the wall for us to notice? We wake up between 1 and 3. This is the time our liver detoxes, according to traditional Chinese medicine. So we might wake up with racing thoughts or actual physical discomfort. Also, between 11 and 1 is our gallbladder. So we might have troubles falling asleep or indigestion between 11 and 1. You can't make decisions without asking 5 people. This also may be issues with the liver and gallbladder. Feel like everyone's walking all over you? You could be needing to work on that liver and gallbladder. Regular bloating, PMS issues, headaches, mm, liver gallbladder, or a simmering sense of rage under a smile. Yeah, mm, liver gallbladder. You're not broken. You are literally backed up. And this can be healed. So let's go into some crystal alchemy. There are many different ways to approach that. I like to start with crystals because literally you just pop them in your pockets and go. Crystals have a frequency. You can just pop them in and let them do their thing. The first crystal is bloodstone. It clears repressed rage, energizes physical vitality. It's iron oxide rich, which supports blood and circulation. You can place it on the liver or the solar plexus or root while breathing deeply, or just toss it in a pocket. The other stone that I absolutely love is green aventurine. Soothes bitterness, helps emotional forgiveness. It helps the heart chakra, and you can hold this while journaling or planning brave action, or pop it in a pocket and go about your day. Now, frequency is 528 hertz. This is known as the miracle tone, the frequency of DNA repair, heart healing, and cellular regeneration. But I call it get the shit moving tone. Like really, it gets, it's very much like malachite. It's going to take you kicking and screaming and you're on the go. Because when your liver is sluggish, you don't just need love, you need momentum. You need that push. Use 528 hertz while doing yoga twists, journaling about rage, planning something bold, saying no even in your head, or when you're smashing something. I have actually recommended that to clients because the moment they sit down, I look at them, I tune in as a medical intuitive, and I'm like, let me guess, liver and gallbladder problems. And they're sitting there with a smile on their face, makeup on, they're looking like dressed to the nines. And they're like, how do you know? I'm like, you're trying too hard, girl. And I say, don't you want to just go break something, go break down a wall, go demolition something? They're like, yes. I said, yeah, go do that. And they usually do. There's lots of them out now where you can go to actual rooms. I know there's one just outside um, where I am in Kingston where people can go and just smash things and just process it and let it out. Now, if you can't do that, you're just like, no, Fiona, I'm not going to go break things. I need something else. You can go to essential oils. So, juniper is a great energetic detox, rosemary for clarity and courage, lemongrass for boundary clearing. Now, if you like yourself a wee cup of tea, dandelion root tea is great for liver, for cleansing it. Milk thistle tea protects liver cells and actually helps regenerate. I love milk thistle. And then green tea gently moves your chi, your energy, your flow, gets things moving. Then you have castor oil magic. Mm. Soak a flannel cloth in castor oil, apply to the liver area, wrap it in saran wrap, and rest. Just put some heat on it, pop a hot water bag on it, and rest. If you do this for about 5 to 15 minutes, 3 times a week, because your body absorbs it and helps detoxify the liver and gallbladder. Or if you're lazy like me, some nights, I'm not good at night routines. I just place a little bit of castor oil in my belly button at night and I allow my vagus nerve to absorb it directly. It depends what you have time for and what you're into. Also, something you can talk to your naturopath or your doctor about is if your gallbladder is sluggish or it's been taken out, like myself, what they don't tell you is that a digestive enzyme totally shifts things. Totally shifts things. It supports fat digestion, reduces bloating, and eases the liver's burden. So talk to your doctor or your naturopath. I don't advocate for like supplements in general. I don't advertise one particular one. Whenever I give any tips like this, go talk to your doctor and use your common sense. Now, if you want to try for the journal prompts, A great one is, where am I angry that I haven't admitted? What boundaries have I let slide that are making me resentful? What brave decision would move me forward? And if you like to do tapping or any work with the body, you can actually tap the gallbladder meridian outside of the leg, hip to knee. You can use a foam roller or tennis ball under the shoulder blades, or do some seated spinal twists while breathing into your side ribs. So, here are some of my final thoughts. You, me, all of us, were never meant to be silent. We were never meant to abandon our body to keep the peace. We were never meant to lose our fire to stay likable. Anger is not a problem, it's a power source, one that can fuel your freedom. So go ahead, go get angry, get clear, get moving, because your body and your soul are ready. This work is life-saving. It has shifted my life, and I've seen it shift clients. So don't keep it to yourself. Like, subscribe, and comment on this episode. It helps the algorithm, and it helps any women out there hear it too and shift. And if you're ready to take action and learn how to actually apply this, you're more than welcome to join me in the Intuition Circle. It is a private membership group where I do live classes, practice classes, energy healing, different types of training, and you have access to a meditation library and workbooks. It's all there for you, and the details are below. So let's turn your frequency into your medicine. Until next time, stay sacred, stay wild, and stay true to your energy.